Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. This is the members only live stream that I tried to do the other night that I messed up. So I'm not going to push any buttons that I don't have to. So hopefully we can make it through without a dumpster turn into a dumpster fire early on. But welcome. It's good to have everybody here. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about a missing person. I was watching Mind of Monsters did a live stream last night, and she was featuring a missing person from Florida, which is where she lives now. And she is just doing hard work, boots on the ground, trying to get law enforcement involved with this case. I am going to do an actual video on this missing person sometime this week, hopefully. But I just wanted to give you the basic information about him tonight. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about today is the 29th anniversary of when Morgan Nick disappeared. The case is very close to my heart, being as it's from an Arkansas case, and I'm from Arkansas. I have done several videos and live streams, deep dives on this case. So please do check it out in the playlist. So I just have a short video clip about Morgan, and then we're going to get into take a look at the newest charges against Rex Heuermann. And thanks to Dandy Linus, my wonderful friend and mod. She sent me a link in Discord to the Superseding bail applications. So we're going to take a look at that tonight. Very interesting stuff, and I found it very interesting because I also managed to stay awake last night for our friend Dave out on the Prowls live stream that he did last night. He was talking about the Rex Heuermann case also, and he had made mention that he thinks, and I tend to agree with him after reading this document. He seems to think, it's his opinion, that shortly there could be, Heuermann could be possibly charged in the Valerie Mack case. And after reading, like I said, after reading through this document, and we'll go through it, her name is mentioned in the document. So I think Dave may be onto something. So please do check out Dave out on the Prowl. You can find his link along with all our other friends on the go to the homepage of my channel and scroll down to visit our friends, and all the links are there. So we will get started. And if any members only or any members that can't catch the live, thank you for watching on replay. Very much appreciated. Love my replay crew. And it doesn't tell me apparently on members only lives how many people are in here. So if you're in here, say hi so I'll know that you're here. But first we will start with, this is Charles Chuck Crow. This is the gentleman I was telling you about is missing from, I believe, Daytona, last seen in Daytona Beach, Florida in I believe, June of 2023. Let me make my screen a little bit bigger for a minute so I can read this information. Let me go back out because it's cutting off half of my screen here. I'll see if I can read it off my phone. Chuck does suffer from a schizophrenia. He was last seen in Daytona Beach, Florida. Believe it's so small I can't hardly read it. I believe in June of 2023. Maybe you guys are watching on a bigger screen right now and you can see this information a little bit better. But he was unhomed or unhoused, homeless at the time he disappeared. He did frequent the beach. He loved the water. He was a surfer. He has a lightning bolt tattoo on his upper left arm. So if you have any information regarding Charles, you can contact the family. Trying to read the numbers, 386-585 or 565-5762, I believe. Or you can contact the Daytona Beach PD at 286-471-5202. So I just wanted to, like I said, give you the basic information on Chuck, on Charles Chuck Crow tonight. Try to help out Sunshine Mind of Monsters a little bit. Like I said, I will hopefully be able to get a video done on Mr. Crow soon. Then, like I said, we also have today is the 29th anniversary of when Morgan Nick went missing. It was June 9th, 1995. Still no arrest. There is a suspect, or person of interest suspect that was named in her case. Like I said, check out my Morgan Nick playlist for all the videos and deep dives and live streams that I've done on Morgan's case. But I do have a short video clip back out here that for anybody that may not be familiar with this case. A short video clip. It's about a minute. I will stop my cam while I go fetch the video.
Marks 29 years since Morgan Nick went missing in Alma. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Casey Smith. Morgan was at a baseball game with her mother, Colleen, at an Alma ballpark on June 9th, 1995. Toward the end of the game, she went to catch fireflies with her friends in a nearby parking lot. The two children returned, but 6-year-old Morgan did not. The two children later told police they saw a man next to a red camper truck talking to Morgan. Police have never identified the man despite thousands of leads. He was described as white, 6 feet tall with a mustache and beard, and was believed to be between 23 to 38 years old. Morgan's whereabouts are still unknown to this day. Her mother established the Morgan Nick Foundation in 1996, which provides a support network of intervention, education, and legislation to Arkansas parents and families of missing children and adults. If you have any information on the Morgan Nick case, contact the Alma Police Department. There's a $60,000 reward to anyone with information leading to her recovery and the arrest and conviction of those responsible.
Right, that was the just short description of Morgan's case. Let me put that back up there again. So if you have any information regarding Morgan, it does have the number for the Alma Police Department on there. Please do share this, and I will put this flyer on my community wall, so you can share it. 29 years, guys, still no resolution for her family. Her mother, Colleen, started the Morgan Nick Foundation. I think I forgot to put the link in the description, but I will put it on the community wall also. Please do check it out. Share this anywhere and everywhere so we can hopefully get some resolution for Morgan. All right, now take this off. I have we're gonna get into Rex Heuermann, and I have another about a 5-minute video clip. Just it was a statement from I believe Tierney regarding the search of the house and things that they found. And after that, we will get into the documents. So once again, I will stop my cam while I'm getting the video ready.
Today in the Gilgo Beach murders case, Rex Heuermann has now been arraigned on 2 additional murder charges. He now faces charges for the murders of 6 women. New charges come just days after investigators finished new searches of his home. The district attorney for Suffolk County issued a statement today about the new charges and what was collected at Heuermann's home. Take a listen.
Now I want to discuss some of the newly discovered digital evidence in the case. Before I discuss that, I just wanted to clarify some of the things that we've been talking about in our earlier press conferences. I was asked specifically about smart devices and digital devices that were recovered from the home and business of the defendant in connection with this case. So I just want to catalog that for you so you get a sort of flavor of what it was. We've recovered 15 different types of cameras. We've recovered 27 computers. We've recovered 58 internal hard drives. We recovered 22 external hard drives or solid drives. We recovered 46 cell phones. We recovered 9 Wi-Fi routers, 44 SD micro cards, which are like jump routers, 17 tablets, 42 USB devices, 8 laptops, 50 hotel cards, 4 GPS devices, 11 music devices, 36 SIM cards, 33 miscellaneous items, and 647 CD, floppy disks, or VSH or miscellaneous tapes. Again, in the months subsequent to the arrest, we've been endeavoring through our own office and with the help of the Secret Service to analyze that massive amount of data. And analysis of those devices has revealed, certainly, that Heuermann had a significant collection of violent, bondage, and torture pornography, which was dating back to 1994, and that material was very similar to the condition that the 2 latest victims were left in. In addition to that, it is alleged that the pornographic images that were accessed by Heuermann are consistent with the crime scenes of both Sandra Casilla and Jessica Taylor. Now, as part of our processing of the electronic devices, the task force discovered a Microsoft Word document entitled 2002 through 2004. That was discovered on a laptop in unallocated space, meaning there was an attempt to erase that document. But as most forensic experts know, that even when a document is erased on a device, it is the user could no longer access that document, but forensic experts using particular software can retrieve it, and this document was retrieved in this case. It was a locally created draft, which means the document itself was created on the laptop. It wasn't downloaded from the internet. The document was modified. It was created in 2000, and it was overwritten a number of times and modified between 2000 and 2002. Now, as alleged in the bail application, the task force believes that this is a planning document that was utilized by Heuermann to methodically blueprint and plan out his skills with excruciating detail. We allege that this document, this is the defendant's in committing the charged crimes, that his intent was specifically to locate these victims, to hunt them down, and to bring them under his control and to kill them. His motivations, meticulous planning, and clear intent is obvious. His intent was nothing short but to murder these victims. And we allege that the methodology, that the exact method by which these murders were committed in excruciating detail in that document is in some cases identical methodology to murder the victims in this case. Now, I don't want to speak further on the document. I believe the document speaks for itself. If anybody has any questions about it, I'd be willing to answer them. But before turning it over for questioning, I want to reiterate, right from the very beginning of this case, from the onset of the case, the first indictment, we said that the case was not over. We said we were going to continue to investigate the case of the Gilgo Four and find more evidence. We've done that. We've said that we were going to expand the investigation both on Gilgo and off and to investigate new cases. We've done that. And that's resulted in the 2 new charges that you see here today. So that's what we've done. That's what we've continued to do. My office, along with our partners, are not going to stop. This case continues.
Things are going into a dumpster fire, and I don't know what it is with trying to do these members only lives. I may have to do it public. Right now, I don't know if anybody is able to see this. There's no comments have come up. So let me see. On the YouTube side, let me see what is going on. There's my comments. I don't know why my comments are not showing up. 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Let me see what I can do to get my Hey Dan, okay, I'm seeing your comments now on YouTube side, but I still can't see them on the StreamYard side. Give me 1 minute to see if I can, because StreamYard says is telling me right now YouTube doesn't support comments on private videos. Create a public or unlisted stream to show comments from your viewers. So I'm going to change it to unlisted. See if anything starts coming up. I may have to back out. I'm going to, and I apologize, guys. Hopefully, you can let me know if you've, let me save it. See if that helps. May have to back out. I'm going to back out of my StreamYard studio and come back in and see if that will bring my comments up. Hopefully, I will be right back. Let me try one more thing. And I may just have to, I apologize, but I may just have to go back and forth and read your comments from, and it may be StreamYard, who knows. Been having so many problems. Let me see, make it public and see if it, but I really love to put your guys' comments on, up on the screen, and I can't do that through YouTube. Back into StreamYard. Let me go out of it on a laptop. Go back in. Still not. Let me back out one more time and let me see if I can fix it on StreamYard. All right, guys. We're gonna have to wing it. I don't know. I tried to edit it to oh, I'm on the wrong one. I tried to edit it to make it a public or unlisted to I'm so frustrated right now. Bear with me. So I'll just have to go through and read your comments just on the go back and forth. But welcome. I won't be able to put them on screen, but Miss Peggy is here. Welcome, Miss Peggy. Michelle C is here. Dandy is here. Miranda Lee is here. Hello, Miranda. Yes, Michelle C says it seems like we have technical. No, I'm having technical difficulties. I apologize. Just let me know if you can still see me. Oh, I think I probably have it on top chat. Yeah, of course I did. Let me change it over to live chat. So I get everybody's comments. All right. Miss Marion, thank you so much for being here. Miss Marion says, hello, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you all for being here and putting our stories out there. Justice for all. Yes. And Miss Marion PM'd me earlier on Facebook Messenger asking us for thoughts, prayers, and good vibes today for their family. So just please keep Miss Barbara, Miss Mary, and the whole family in your thoughts and prayers today and going forward. That's about all we can say right now. But it is good to see Miss Marion here. Absolutely. If you talk, Miss Marion, if you talk to Miss Barbara, tell her myself and everybody sends our love to you, to her, to the family, and we'll be thinking about you always. All right, so there's something else I was going to mention. Oh, and Miranda, seeing Miranda in here before we move on to the Heuermann stuff. And I'm hoping that you saw everything clearly. The Charles Crow that I did, just let me know. I'm still reading comments. The Charles Crow that I shared, 29th anniversary of Morgan Nick, and the videos that I showed of her, the video clip on Morgan, and the video clip I just showed of everything they found in the search, the Rex Heuermann search. Just let me know if you guys, all that came through. But Miranda had asked me next this coming week is Flora week, the Flora 4 week, and I will be doing my live stream. Miranda had emailed me and asked me if I would like to participate in it, and I said, of course, I'll do whatever I can. So I will be doing my live stream Wednesday night. We settled on 8:30 Central Time, which will be 9:30 Eastern Time, because I believe another creator, Miranda said, was going to be on earlier. And I couldn't do it earlier before at around 6, so I'm going to be doing mine at 8:30 Central. And I see Jinx is here. I do believe Jinx, Miranda said, is also helping organize, and I cannot remember, I apologize, the name of the other person besides Jinx that is helping organize the Flora 4 week, and they stay in touch with Miss Galen, the girl's mother, and they take care of the grave sites and things of that nature. So just thank you to Jinx and Miranda and everybody else for asking me to participate. It is an honor. I will hopefully do it justice, and I will do the best I can. All right. Thank you. Miss Peggy said all the clips came through. Excellent. At least something's working. At least something is working. And let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Hello. All right. So now that I know everything is kind of working, hopefully mostly working now, and this may be a public live stream now. Who knows? But at any rate, I promise sometime this coming week, I will figure this thing out and get a members only live stream. You guys can feel free to leave comments on any of my videos or live streams, or email. Let me go over to StreamYard side and find what I'm looking for. Email me at southerngaltruecrime@hotmail.com. Just give me some ideas of what you, the members, what y'all want to see in members only videos, members only live streams. Like I said, you guys are the ones that are paying your hard-earned money to be members, and I appreciate it. I'm so grateful and humbled by that. So just or put it in chat tonight, and I'll through the comments again, and just give me some ideas of things you would like to see. All right, before I babble on more, we will so I show the clip. Got my Miss Marion and Miss Barbara covered. Once again, thoughts, prayers, and good vibes. Absolutely. We covered Morgan. We covered Mr. Crow. So now, if it will let me screen share, we will take a look at and once again, thanks so much to Dandy Linus for putting the link to this in my Discord, link to the superseding bail application for Heuermann and the new charges. Hopefully it will start sharing. There it goes. Go back and change the layout and make it a little bit bigger and make it easier for you guys to see if it will come up. Taking his time as usual. Go back over and see if I got any comments while we're waiting for it to come up. Thank you, Miranda. That's very sweet. No problem at all. It is my pleasure to help out any way I can to bring more awareness to the Flora case. Absolutely. Thank you, Jinx. Jinx says if you need anything, please email Coach Kev. I gave Miranda his email. Thank you so much. Okay, Dandy says, yeah, now it's not a members only. We don't mind. Yeah, like I said, I was trying to, because I looked at, no comments were coming up. So I'm like, well, either nobody's here or I screwed up or something screwed up. But I think it's StreamYard, because I didn't even know if I would be able to do this tonight because everything's set up. StreamYard kept going in and out. It went, that something went wrong, thing came up. But anyway, I promise I will get it figured out for members only live streams one of these days, because I do sincerely want you guys who do pay, who are members, to have special stuff. So yes, absolutely. And Dandy says we love everyone that subscribes also. Absolutely. Not, yeah, we love our members, we love our subscribers, the whole community. I would not be here without you guys. So thank you. There's Miss Gail Hurd. She says, good evening. Finally made it live. Yes, ma'am. Good to have you here, Miss Gail. All right. I think everything has finally come up. So, and I'm not going to read every single word from this, but just cover the very interesting parts. So hopefully oh, come on. Hold on. Well, we may get it, we may not. None of the wording is coming up. Hold on. SWAT ads. Now, it was up a while ago. Now we have nothing but blank pages. Says view PDF free. Don't know if that works. I'm telling you, something is working against me. It's not working. Something is working against me, I swear. And I actually was going to download the PDF and do it, but you have to pay for it, so. Let me close out and try. Try to reload it. I apologize, guys. This is technology is not my friend right now. Go back over to your comments to see what's going on. Absolutely. Jinx says, thank you for highlighting the floor for angels. Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely. I keep going in and out. Once again, it kicked me out of StreamYard again. Oh my goodness. All right. Present screen again. See if it'll come up. Get the finally loaded. So if I disappear again, I apologize. I don't know if it's my connection or if it's StreamYard. Oh, goodness gracious. Go back to your comments while I so wish I could put. Am I still there? Okay, there I am. I wish I could put this on the screen. Gail Hurd gifted one other voucher membership. Thank you so much, Miss Gail. That is so sweet of you. I appreciate that so much. Let me go find my moo cow. Find my moo cow, and then we'll get into the. Where's my moo cow? There he is. He'll come up. Gail, thank you so much, Miss Gail. That is so sweet. I appreciate that so much. All right, now let's see if we can get into this. So Rex Heuermann superseding bail application from June 6, 2024. Yes, we have words on the page. All right, so this is the state of New York, people of the state of New York versus Rex Heuermann. Going back to the beginning, on July 14, 2023, defendant Rex A. Heuermann was charged by a grand jury with the following 6 counts. So the first 4 are, of course, were the Go-Go 4, so we know all about that. I'm trying to get down to the new charges. Let's see. So I'm trying to see if this is Let me get down to the new counts once again. 2023. I'm trying to get to 2004. Oh, I may have passed it. Okay. All right, so we'll start here. It says, set forth below is the People's Bail application in support of the new superseding indictment, which will expand an additional evidentiary development, will expand on once again, I disappeared. I'm back now. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay, I apologize. Okay, so where was I at? Now charging a defendant Heuermann with the homicides of 2 additional victims, Jessica Taylor and Sandra Castilla. Based on defendant Heuermann's indictment on additional homicide charges as it pertains to now a 5th and 6th victim, the serious and heinous nature of these serial homicides, the planning and forethought that went into these crimes, the strength of the people's case, the length of incarceration the defendant faces upon conviction, the extended period of time that this defendant was able to avoid apprehension, and the remaining facts set forth herein and contained within Exhibit A. The people remain steadfast that the only means to ensure defendant Rex Heuermann's return to court is to remand him without bail. All right, so the 2003 and 2011 discoveries of the, I should, trigger warning for anybody, I didn't put the banner up, because there are a lot of things, and I'll try to be as least graphic as I can. But obviously, things contained in this document are very disturbing and triggering. So be forewarned. I think I'm going to stop my cam for a little bit while I'm reading this. I'm still here. Hopefully, you can still hear me. The 2003 and 2011 discovery of the human remains of Jessica Taylor. On or about July 26, 2003, an individual whose identity is known to law enforcement here and after witness 1 was walking his or her dog just west of Halsey Manor Road in Manorville, Suffolk County, New York. At that time, witness 1 observed what appeared to be human remains, which prompted him or her to call 911. Upon arrival, members of the SCPD observed the remains. The remains of a female, later identified as Jessica Taylor. Miss Taylor was found lying on her back with her legs bent underneath her. Notably, the victim was decapitated, and both of Miss Taylor's arms had been severed from her body below her elbows. Moreover, a tattoo on the victim's torso had been severely obliterated by a sharp object. Investigators believe the mutilation of the victim's tattoo, the decapitation of her head, and dismemberment of Miss Taylor's arms were acts perpetrated by Rex Heuermann to inhibit the identification of the victim via facial recognition, fingerprints, and/or tattoo identification. In the initial investigation in Manorville in 2003, the victim's head, arms, and hands were not found at the scene, and their location remained unknown to law enforcement for approximately 8 years. Oh, sorry, get rid of that out of the way. On March 29, 2011, Miss Taylor's skull, hands, and forearm were discovered along Ocean Parkway, just east of Gilgo Beach, Suffolk County, New York. Notably, Miss Taylor's remains were located on the same side of the road where Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Melissa Barthélemy, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello, hereafter known as Gilgo 4, had been found just several months prior in December of 2010. I'm swatting ads again. Each of the Gilgo 4 victims, as well as the skull, hands, and forearms of Miss Taylor, were recovered on the same side of the road and at a depth of within 50 feet from the edge of the parkway. Furthermore, Miss Taylor's remains were located less than a mile from where the Gilgo 4 were discovered. It says these pages are left blank intentionally. Right, information relevant to the disappearance of Jessica Taylor. Grab a drink. Jessica Taylor was last seen on or about July 19th, 2003 in New York. Once again, I have to take down my banner. Hold on. There we go. Okay, it disappeared. Okay. Let's try this once again. I think StreamYard is just screwed up tonight. All right. So Jessica Taylor was last seen on or about, and it's not sharing. Hold on. Stop sharing and try it again. Oh, this is going to make me throw the computer. While we're loading, let's go look at some more comments. Let's see. Yes, Dandy said, welcome, Jinx. Thank you, Gail. Absolutely. Yes, everybody's thank you, Miss Gail. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Miss Gail is very kind, and yes, Jinx says this case is so sad, still finding remains. Absolutely. Thank you, Michelle says she can still see or hear me at that time. Yes, Michelle says this new information is devastating. I couldn't even begin to imagine the pain on her family's hearts that she possibly had to endure during the last hours of her short life. Absolutely horrendous. Oh, there we go. Okay, I had myself mute. Let me know. I switched over to, and it may be really laggy. Let me guys and let you guys let me know if you can see me and hear me. Okay, Gail says she can't hear me, but I had myself muted. Can you hear me now? I'm going through my laptop on StreamYard now. Oh, good. Michelle says that she can. Okay. So, like I said, I don't know how. Can you see me? Let me know if you can see me. Somebody let me know if you can see me. You said you could hear me. Okay, you can see me too. Okay, so I will just try to go through my laptop and see if I don't know how good or bad the quality of the picture or the sound it will be. I apologize, but apparently they might be the only way we can get through this. All right, so I will go back over to the all right, I'll go back over to the StreamYard side of this and get back to, maybe it'll work, and get back to reading the document. All right, so we were at the information relevant to the disappearance of Jessica Taylor. Jessica Taylor was last seen on or about July 19, 2003 in New York City. The investigation to date has established that in July of 2003, Miss Taylor was working as a sex worker in the area of Midtown Manhattan. On July 21st, 2003, at approximately 8:41 p.m., Miss Taylor utilized her cell phone to speak to her mother. Based on witness interviews and an analysis of telephone records, the Gilgo Homicide Task Force has learned that the two spoke for approximately 7 minutes. During that call, Mrs. Taylor had arranged to visit her mother on July 25th, 2003, in Poughkeepsie, New York. Sorry, I was multitasking here, trying to see what was going on with my... I have to turn down my phone. There we go. Mute my audio. Oh. Just stop the cam. Okay. Based on witness interviews and also telephone records. They spoke for 7 minutes. During that call, Ms. Taylor had arranged to visit her mother on July 25th, 2003 in Poughkeepsie, New York for her mother's birthday. Less than 2 hours later, at approximately 10:22 p.m., the Taylor phone placed an outgoing call, which lasted approximately 2 minutes. After the Taylor phone records reveal no further outgoing calls or accepted incoming calls. On or about July 25th, 2003, when her daughter failed to arrive at her Poughkeepsie residence or answer any phone calls, Miss Taylor's mother notified law enforcement. At the time of Miss Taylor's disappearance, Rex Heuermann worked in the same vicinity as where Miss Taylor was known to street walk. Records seized during the execution of prior search warrants reveal Heuermann was in fact present in Midtown Manhattan on July 21st, 2003, the same date Miss Taylor disappeared. On July 26th of 2003, and in the days thereafter, members of the SCPD investigated the area around Halsey Manor Road, Manorville, in the vicinity of where Miss Taylor's remains had been found. As a result, investigators spoke to a witness who had on July 25th, 2003 at approximately 10:30 p.m. observed a dark-colored Chevy pickup truck backed into the same wooded area where Miss Taylor's body was later found. And we all know that Heuermann owns or owned that dark green, was it the Avalanche, Chevy Avalanche, I believe it was called. Although later on in the documents, because like I said, I have read through most of this, apparently sometime after he went in and changed the description, the color of the truck, something of that nature. Okay. Based upon their investigation, law enforcement determined that these observations would have occurred approximately 13 hours before witness number one's 911 call. Notably, the investigation to date has established that defendant Heuermann purchased a 2002 dark-colored Chevy Avalanche pickup truck on or about March 22nd, 2002 from Ramp Chevrolet in Port Jefferson Station, New York. Accordingly, on July 25th, 2003 at 10:30 p.m., defendant Heuermann would have been in possession of a vehicle matching the description of the one observed in the vicinity of where Mrs. Taylor's remains have been found on Halsey Manor Road. A forensic analysis of Rex Heuermann's digital devices also revealed the following. One, that on or about July 28, 2003, Heuermann accessed a Newsday article entitled, quote, "Cops Seek Help in IDing Manorville Body," regarding the discovery of Miss Taylor's human remains. That online activity was subsequently deleted. And number two, on or about July 29, 2003, Rex Heuermann conducted an internet search for a new Chevy Avalanche despite his 2002 Avalanche being just over 1 year old. The analysis further shows Heuermann also attempted to delete this from the vehicle. Notably, this activity occurred just days after Miss Taylor's. I just lost the. Oh, there it is. This activity occurred just days after Miss Taylor was discovered and just days after witnesses observed a vehicle matching the physical description of Heuermann's vehicle leaving the scene. So there is a picture of where he deleted. You can see there. I hope you guys can see it. Let me switch over to. See if you guys can see that. Yeah, okay. Says deleted down there in that bottom circled ball, or that red box there. It says deleted. All right. Get past all the ads. It says, finally, while the make and model of the vehicle Heuermann searched for is the same as his 2002 vehicle, keep jumping. Serial color is arrival blue, as well as another in some significantly brighter exterior paint offerings by Chevy when compared to Heuermann's dark green 2002 Chevy Avalanche. I believe that is, I don't know if that's the green one. Let me see. That looks more blue. Right, before we look back up, the matter, everything coming through. I have no new comment. Well, hopefully you guys can still hear and see me. Michelle says she doesn't know why she can't tag people. Peggy, did Miss Peggy gift another membership? Hold on. Oh no, okay. That's the same comments. I don't know if my comments are slow coming through. Okay. So I'm assuming everybody can still hear me and see me, so we will continue. Then I'll get back to your comments. All right. Regarding hairs recovered from the remains of Jessica Taylor. During the course of this investigation, Miss Taylor's body was examined by a forensic scientist with the Suffolk County Crime Lab, thereafter known as SCCL, which revealed that Miss Taylor, once again, trigger warning, had been decapitated, dismembered at her arms, below her elbows, and revealed a regular that means victim and the obliteration too. During the examination of Miss Taylor's body, a male human hair was recovered, specifically from a surgical drape that had been underneath the victim. A subsequent examination of male hair underneath Taylor led to the determination that it was a human head hair with Caucasian European characteristic. However, it was based on DNA testing capabilities at the lab for further DNA testing at that time. On or about August 24, 2023, the Gilgo Homicide Task Force brought a cutting of male hair underneath Taylor to an outside forensic lab, which specializes in forensic mitochondrial analysis. On or about February 1st of 2024, Forensic Laboratory Number 2 issued a report concluding that the mitochondrial DNA profile developed from the male hair underneath Taylor and the profile developed from defendant's buccal swab are the same, specifically at a rate that would, as per the MPOP database. I've never heard of the EMPOP database. So if anybody out there has heard of that one, let me know what that stands for. It excluded 96% of the North American population as the contributor of said hair recovered underneath the remains of Jessica Taylor. While 99.96% of the North American population can be excluded as a contributor, under defendant Heuermann cannot as a contributor of the said hair recovered under the remains of Jessica Taylor. So 99, basically almost 100% of the entire population basically can be ruled out as the owner of this hair, except for, guess who? Mr. Heuermann. On or about March 8th of 2004, the Gilgo Homicide Task Force brought a cutting of the male hair underneath Taylor and DNA extract of Rex Heuermann's to an outside independent laboratory 1. So they took it to 2 different independent laboratories, which applies DNA techniques and direct genome sequencing. Sorry, it jumped. Genome sequencing and difficult to solve forensic casework in human remains. On or about April 29th of 2024, Forensic Lab Number 1 issued a report indicating it had developed nuclear DNA profile for not only the male hair underneath Jessica Taylor, but also from Rex Heuermann's buccal swab. Lab 1 was able to conduct a 1-to-1 autosomal nuclear DNA comparison between said profile to Rex Heuermann's SNP genotype file, which resulted in the conclusion that the DNA profile generated from the male hair underneath Jessica Taylor is 1.837 times 10 times more likely to have come from a person genetically identical to Rex Heuermann's SNP genotype file than from an unrelated individual. Based on the foregoing, it is significant that 2 forensic labs have now independently determined that the aforementioned hair recovered from the surgical drape underneath the remains of Jessica Taylor are substantially more likely to have derived from a person genetically identical to defendant Heuermann's mitochondrial and nuclear profiles, which provides further support that Rex Heuermann unalived, dismembered, decapitated, and transported the remains of Jessica Taylor to Manorville and Gilgo Beach until the victims' remains were ultimately discovered in July 2003 and March 2011, respectively. So, anybody who's watched me, my channel for a while, any length of time, knows I'm all about this DNA, using DNA to help solve these crimes, or at least further along the crimes or the investigation. So to me, this is very interesting, very exciting news. But I will gonna go over here and see what you guys have to say. You guys are quiet tonight. Talking about your phones. And we're going to get into, because they found a lot of phones. Can you guys still see and hear me okay? Or am I frozen on the... Yes, Jinx says, it's amazing how advanced DNA technology has come along. I hope they're able to identify all the remains found. Absolutely. I agree. Absolutely. I'm going to see if I can... Okay, Miss Peggy says she can see and hear me. Okay. I was just checking my... See what... All right. Yes, Miss Gale says Rex is a lunatic. Yes, he is Looney Tunes. I'm going to see if I can get a... I'm just going to get my StreamYard or my phone coming back. I don't think it's going to work. I'll just go back out of it. Paula agrees, I'm assuming with Miss Gale, that Rexy Boy is a lunatic. Absolutely. In my opinion. All right, let's continue. All right, so we may skip over a little bit of this. This is about Heuermann's family travel in relation to the disappearance of Jessica Taylor. As part of the ongoing investigation, the task force also established that Heuermann's wife and children were out of the state at the time. And I think that's pretty much the case with excuse me. Pretty much the case with all of I'll stop my cam for a minute here, because it's probably choppy video anyway. what was I saying? Okay, so it was probably the case with most of his alleged victims when they were taken, was when his family was out of town. So we won't rehash that. I want to get down to this is just telling where I want to get down to these very disturbing lists he had. And what did you guys think about in the video clip about just the for later load, the buttload of that's just call logs of electronic devices that they took out during that search? Just amazing. There were, 20s, 30s, 50s, 40-something phones, 50-something discs, and computer stuff. It was just mind-blowing. Okay. Let's see. Does the Gilgal also phone records, smartphone records he called his family, who were at the time, apparently. So here, finally, in July 2023, the Gilgal Homicide Task Force seized a hard drive from the basement of the target residence, which is the house. An extraction and analysis of that hard drive revealed that it contained a Palm Pilot backup file, which appeared to contain defendant Heuermann's date book or calendar for the relevant dates. I'm assuming of when they were, yes, here if you can see, wife in Vermont. So it's just evidence proving that they were out of town during these alleged crimes. All right, so based on the foregoing, the investigation to date has clearly established defendant Heuermann's wife and children were indeed located out of state during the time of Jessica Taylor's disappearance, which occurred on or about July 21st, 2003. Accordingly, the homicides of all 4 charged victims and now the homicide of Ms. Taylor occurred at times when defendant Heuermann's wife and children were located out of state, which would have allowed defendant Heuermann unfair time to execute his plans for Ms. Taylor, which included everything. I'm not going to say them again. Awful things that he did to her, without any fear that his family would uncover or learn of his involvement in these crimes. And I know there are people out there that some people think that is why our possibly could have known or at least suspected of what he was doing, and then there are others that say, it is, it's certainly, we've seen it before with other serial offenders that they were married, had children, and their wives and children had absolutely no idea until their spouse was arrested. But once again, everybody, no matter which the fence you're on, everybody's opinion is welcome. Just be sure to respect each other's opinions. All right, let me go check your comments again before we get into it again. Ms. Peggy says, law enforcement usually only shares part of what they know. Absolutely. They have more evidence for sure. Yes. Yep. Dandy also says Ellie always has more than they release. Absolutely. Miss Gale says she knew something. She accused one of the women of stealing her iron. I had not heard that. Are you talking about Asa, the wife? Miss Gill says they're going to nail that big boy, but good. And I'm hoping so, because everything that I've seen and read so far, especially with this document, they've got stuff. Most definitely good evidence. All right, let me get back over and read some more so we can get through this here. I don't even know how long we've been going so far. All right. So now we are to the 1993 discovery of the human remains of Sandra Castilla. Drink. So on or about November 20th, 1993, two individuals, while hunting in a wooded area at Southampton in the vicinity of 50 Old Fish Cove Road, North Sea, Suffolk County, New York, discovered the remains of Sandra Castilla. The victim, who had been 28 years old at the time, once again, a warning, was lying on her back with her arms outstretched over her head, with her uncovered legs spread apart. The victim's shirt had been pulled up over her torso and head, exposing her breast. The victim had numerous sharp force injury to her face, torso, breast, left thigh, and private area. Oh, this is horrifying. Miss Castillo was a native of Trinidad and Tobago, but had been living in New York prior to her disappearance and homicide. So now we come to the hairs recovered from the remains of Sandra Castilla. During the course of the 1993 investigation, Miss Castilla's body was examined by a forensic scientist with the SCCL, which led to the recovery of 3 hairs from the victim's remains, one from the victim's right arm, one from a tape lift. The shirt was above the victim's head, and as well as one from a tape lift of the white shirt above. Hold on, it just disappeared again. I mean, it's trying to load a picture. I'm not sure. Come on. Don't disappear on me now. Okay, there it is. As well as one from a tape lift of a white shirt above the victim's head. In 2014, well before the identification of Rex Heuermann as a suspect in Miss Castilla's homicide, the hairs on Castilla to Forensic Laboratory 2, which was able to develop a unique, once again, mitochondrial DNA profiles for each of the hairs. On or about August 1st of 2014, Forensic Laboratory number 2, John Bitroff, that is the name of the serial offender that was convicted of, I think, most 2. Anybody in chat or watching replay can correct me if I'm wrong. I think of 1 or 2 of the victims that were found in that area. But at any rate, Forensic Laboratory number 2 was then able to develop a mitochondrial DNA profile from John Bitroff's swab, and subsequently compared it to the mitochondrial DNA profiles that had been previously generated for each of the hairs on Castilla. The conclusive analysis for Forensic Laboratory 2 was able to exclude John Bitroff and his relatives as contributors to strips of the hairs on Castilla. Recently, the Google Homicide Task Force requested Forensic Lab number 2 undergo forensic testing, specifically comparing the mitochondrial DNA profiles for each of the hairs on Castilla, which have been developed in 2014 prior to Heuermann, to no samples provided by the task force. On or about February 29, 2024, Forensic number 2 issued a report, a mitochondrial profile developed from male hair on Castilla. The profile developed from defendant Heuermann's buccal swab are the same, specifically at a rate that would, as per, again, this MPOP database, exclude 99.96% of the North American population as the contributor of the aforementioned hair recovered from Sandra Castilla, based on the 99.96 population can be excluded. Human cannot be excluded as a contributor of the hair found as Sandra Castilla. Castilla's disappearance and how defendant Human had been living with a female individual. And I'm confused about, it's going to mention this witness number 3, I believe they call her. I'm confused as to who this is. Maybe the daughter, but then again, I think they do mention the daughter. But it says defendant Heuermann had been living with a female individual whose identity is known to law enforcement thereafter. Witness number 3, during the course of this investigation, the court was able to secure a buccal swab from witness number 3. Sorry, it jumped again. And their profile developed from the hair Castilla, quote, shared a common base at all compared positions, specifically at a rate that would, as per the database, exclude 99.98% of the North American population as the contributor of said hair recovered from the remains of Cedric Castilla, while 99.98 were excluded as a contributor of the female hair. Witness number 3, who had but no longer resided at target residence, which is their home, prior to Ms. Castilla's disappearance and homicide, she cannot be included as a contributor of the hair on Ms. Castilla. On or about March 8th, 2024, the Gilgo Task Force brought a cutting of the hairs, as well as the DNA extract of witness 3's buccal swab to forensic lab number 1 for further independent analysis. On or about April 29th, 2024, Lab 1 issued a report indicating its ability to develop a nuclear DNA profile from the male hair on Castilla. Forensic Lab 1 was then able to conduct a 1-to-1 autosomal nuclear DNA comparison between a said profile to Rex Heuermann's SMP genotype, which resulted in the conclusion that the DNA profile generated from the male hair on Castilla, which was recovered, is 4.347 times 10 times more likely to come from a person genetically identical to Heuermann than from an unrelated individual. So once again, another hair basically conclusively contributed by Rex Heuermann. Forensic Lab 1 was able to generate nuclear DNA profiles from not only the extract of witness 3's buccal swab, but also the female hair on Castilla. Forensic Lab 1 was then able to conduct the 1-on-1 nuclear DNA comparison between said profile, witness 3 profile, to the SMP genotype file developed from the female hair on Castilla, which resulted in the conclusion that the DNA profile generated from the female hair is 4.578 times 10 times more likely to come from a person genetically identical to witness 3 than from an unrelated individual. Based on the foregoing, it is significant once again that 2 forensic labs have now independently determined the hair recovered from the remains of Sandra Castilla is more likely to derive from a person genetically identical to defendant Heuermann's mitochondrial and nuclear profiles. Additionally, both labs were also able to forensically tie witness 3. I'm still unsure what witness 3 is. His daughter lived there at one point. Of course, his wife, his daughter, and I said it was a female hair. So they were able to forensically tie witness 3, who had resided at the residence prior to Miss Castilla's disappearance and homicide, to the female hair recovered on Miss Castilla's remains. The foregoing provides further support that Rex Heuermann mutilated, took the life of, and transported the body of Sandra Castilla to Southampton. And it says the charts below just summarizes basically what we were reading. So I'll get see what you guys have to say. Yes, Ms. Gail says that's horrible justice for all the victims. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Paula says they better make sure that no technicalities happen and wrap it up tight. Absolutely. Uh-oh. Miss Gail said my audio is acting up. I'm sorry. I hope you guys can still hear. Miss Gail said, I hope so. So far, they have a boatload of forensic evidence, not counting witnesses. Absolutely. I hope you guys can still hear me. Yeah, the audio might go in and out a little bit. I apologize for that if it is. All right, let's see what we have next. Get past all the ads. Now we got Heuermann's unfettered access to the target residence, the home during the disappearance, and the homicide of Sandra Castilla. We might skip over a little bit of this. Okay, so this is where it mentions, I'll read this part because it does mention, this is the part where it mentions his mother had lived there. It says, as noted, based on post-arrest interviews with witnesses, the task force has learned that witness number 3 and defendant Heuermann began living together at target residence in 1991. In September of 1993, approximately 2 months before Miss Castilla's disappearance and homicide, witness number 3 moved out of the target residence. Prior to witness 3 leaving target residence, Heuermann's mother had moved out of target residence. So I don't know if witness number 3, if that means witness number 3 is the mother or somebody. I don't see who else it could be except for the mother, the wife, or the daughter. So that's confusing to me. So it says, based on the foregoing, neither Heuermann's mother, so it's not either because it says, based on the foregoing, neither Heuermann's mother nor witness 3 were living at target residence during the time of Sandra Castilla's homicide. So who is number 3? Is it wife? But the wife would have still been there. Daughter, I'm sure how old the daughter would have been at that time. It says, accordingly, the homicides of all 4 charged victims and now the homicides of Miss Taylor and Miss Castilla occurred at times when defendant Heuermann would have had unfettered time to execute his plans for each victim, once again, without any fear that his family or others residing at target residence would uncover or learn of his involvement in these crimes. So I'm very confused about this witness number 3. Thank you, Gail. That's sweet. No worries. Everyone else has some problems now and then. Just saying. I think it's actually, I don't really comment Mike and I think StreamYard is being wonky tonight too, or it has been wonky for right now. Before we just clicking on the wrong tab. All right, so newly discovered digital evidence. As detailed in Exhibit A, following Heuermann's arrest, numerous search warrants were executed at the target residence, which culminated in the seizure of over 350 electronic devices. In the months subsequent to Heuermann's arrest, the Gilgo task force has attempted to extract and analyze data from each of these devices. An analysis of these devices has revealed Heuermann's significant collection of violent, bonded, and let's just say videos. You can read it there on the screen. Say it out loud, I might get a strike. And it currently dates back to 1994. The images accessed by Heuermann, once again, I can't read all that out loud. You guys can read it there on the screen. I'll leave it there for a second while I get a drink. Because I definitely cannot read all that out loud. I will get definitely get thrown off YouTube. But it does say that all of those things, notably and largely coincide with how the remains of Sandra Castilla, Jessica Taylor, and Valerie Mack were discovered. Now, I hope you heard, if you guys mentioned earlier at the beginning, I was watching our friend Dave on the prayers live stream. He did early this morning, and he was talking about some of our shown video clips and giving his opinions and thoughts on this. And he mentioned several times, that he's theorizing that possibly in the near future, that Valerie Mack, or that Heuermann may be also charged with Valerie Mack's homicide. And after reading, like I said, reading these documents, I'm tending to agree here with our friend Dave, but let me know in chat, or if you're watching replay, let me know in comments what you guys think. Do you think Heuermann is connected or will possibly be charged with Valerie Mack also? All right, so continuing. Moreover, during the analysis of a hard drive recovered from the basement of Heuermann's residence, the task force recently discovered a Microsoft Word document, and this is where it gets into as if the things they found on the digital devices weren't bad enough. We have these documents. Recently discovered the Microsoft Word document entitled HK 2002 to 2002/04. The document was discovered in what they call unallocated space. Allocated space refers to stored data that a computer is using, files that are viewable and able to be opened by a user. On the other hand, unallocated space refers to available or unstructured data, which is not readily viewable and able to be opened by a user. Unallocated space frequently contains room for new data or old data that has been deleted, sent to the recycle bin, overwritten, etc. For example, when a user deletes data, many users believe the file has been purged forever, and we know that's not true. However, deleting a file only tells the computer that the space previously occupied by that file is now available. The deleted data will remain in unallocated space until another file is written over. Data contained within unallocated space can be retrieved by a computer forensic extraction method called file carving. So in other words, this, if I'm reading this, understanding it correctly, this is data that he had attempted to delete off the computer. But of course, we know, like I said, experts can go in and retrieve it because it is never totally deleted. A forensic analysis of the HK 2002/04 documents revealed that it was not only a locally crafted draft, which meaning it was not downloaded from the internet, but also recovered from a hard drive that indicates it was utilized by Heuermann himself. So he did not download it from the internet, he created it himself. While the original document appears to have been created in 2000 based on its original title, which was HK 2000/03, this iteration of the Word document titled HK 2000 /04 appears to have been created and modified between 2001 and 2002. Based on the foregoing and the facts set forth, the task force members believe 2000 or 2002 is obviously referring to calendar years. The task force members also believe, based on the foregoing, the Microsoft Word document to be a planning document utilized by Heuermann to methodically blueprint and, quote, plan out his unalivings. So, in other words, this was his, not really a manifesto, but a plan. Get down, let it load. Oh, come on. It's probably loading pictures. Trying to load pictures. Oh, come on. Let me check your comments while it's trying to load. Yeah, I get weather too. Yeah, we're having yes, there's a try to cover a sorry acts. Absolutely, that's what it's doing, but it didn't work. It did not work. All right. Oh, come on. Not loading. Just when we get to the good, awful stuff. I don't want to call it good stuff, awful stuff. Or maybe those were just blank pages. Hold on, let me make sure it didn't. Okay. So what they call the HK planning document on Heuermann's computer then delves into a 3-category section of pre-prep, prep, and post-event. The task force members believe pre-prep to be a guide on steps to take in advance of the homicide. For example, inspecting his vehicle, engaging the target, conducting a recon survey of video surveillance cameras in pertinent areas, including the pick zone, the location where the victim is picked up at, and checking the weather to ensure for optimal conditions. On the other hand, to the homicide, for example, setting the staging area, the holding area, a table, crossbar, hard point for the victim. Specifically, section has 5 entries: setup stage, holding area, build table, crossbar, and hard point. The GILGO or the task force members are aware that a crossbar is often underneath tables to provide further structural support for heavier objects being placed on the table. Additionally, the task force members are also aware that hard point refers in the field of bondage, let's say. It's really the only way I can put it. I think maybe the picture, oh, there it is. Okay. That's what it was loading in the pictures. Let me get back at it. This is what they're talking about. You see, I hope you can see, pre-prep, vehicle inspection, engage T1, assuming target 1, a recon DS1, which they think is a dump site 1, locate 2, weather report, recon advance, recon the pig zone for jail cams. The middle there it says prep, step, stage, holding area, buildable crossbar, point, post event, and when I was watching, who was I watching last night? I was on Dave's live stream when he was showing News Nation actually been talking about this, and they were talking about how horrible his spelling is, a lot of these things, and they were wondering if it was if he was really that bad of a speller, or if he did on this. So, and let me know in the comments guys thoughts on that. Post event, he has destroyed file, changed tires, burned glove, dispose of pictures, and have a story set. All right, so I already read that. Let's see. Okay, so going back to finishing the bondage, and this is just fine. So it says fixing something to a fixed attach point in the ceiling that supports an individual be suspended off the ground, which is corroborated by Heuermann's significant interest in the P, where the subject is suspended, tortured, bound to a table, and other horrible things I can't read aloud. Just consistent with as well as the condition of the victim. This is just horrifying. Additionally, post event to reference check this the following the event or homicide to avoid apprehension, like we just read, destroying files, changing tires, etc. Have a story set, for example, an alibi story for the family return, or in law enforcement should an inquiry be made. The HK planning document continues to further expand on preparatory measures such as specific recon steps taken, recon report, packaging a body for transport. To inhibit victim identification and avoid leaving behind DNA evidence. Well, he failed on that one. See, recon reports, video cameras on LIE Route 112 to Route 110, 33, Cam, SS Parkway, Target 1 info cell, beat voicemail, takedown pickup. This is horrifyingly interesting. He says on takedown and pickup, the first one, hunt too long, seen in area too long. The second one says, remember, don't charge gas. I'm assuming that means if he's stopped to get gas, use cash instead of a credit card, debit card. And the third one there is recon for video cameras and pickup area next time. Ooh, Lordy. All right, let me get to your guys' comment. This makes my heart ache. Just devastated that this is not the word for me, but absolutely yes. Because I watch a lot of horror movies. It's one of my favorite genre of movies. But but I know that watch a movie, read a horror, watch TV, know that it is not real. It's make believe, and I do not believe this is what makes it so heart-wrenching, so horrible thing. Your heart just breaks for these victims. I mean, I cannot imagine how terrified they must have been. My heart breaks for the families that they find. It's just hard to, you don't even want to try to comprehend these kind of monsters, not just human, unfortunately, but the ones we know about, and unfortunately ones that we have no idea they may never find, or law enforcement may never find. Those kind of real life monsters are out there, and it's just absolutely horrifying. Ms. Gail says, absolutely, I can't imagine. They do to this monster would never be enough, in your opinion. I agree, Miss Gail. Not enough. I mean, and like I said, once again, going back to the horror genre, I've watched and watched some extreme horror genre, not just the nothing I haven't seen done in extreme horror movies would be enough for opinion, enough for anything that they could do to. Absolutely. All right. All right. Let's some more pictures here. All right. So now we're to, if you can see the pictures here, body prep. Wash body inside and all cavities. Remove trace evidence of fingerprints, hair. Apparently he has thankfully has Heuermann, good old Rex has problems making sure to remove all the hair. Oh, sorry, it just remove trace DNA, remove ID marks such as the tattoos, remove marks. Oh God, remove marks from torture. Remove head and hands, package for transport. Dispose of the following: tools and devices. Target 1, clothes and personal items. Drop cloths, wipes and towels. Props, toys, wooden items. I do not even want to know. Anything that touched target 1. What you wore, what he wore. Destroy book and computer files, burn gloves, dispose of box of plastic bags to avoid trace. According to the application, the quote body prep section above includes a note to quote remove head and hand, which clearly relates to the conditions of Jessica Taylor's and Valerie. Again, mentioning Valerie Mack's remains, as both victims were decapitated and dismembered at their arms below their elbows. Additionally, each of these victims' remains, as well as the remains of the Google 4, were indeed, quote, packaged for transport, as this section indicates to do, further increasing the significance of this document's presence on Heuermann's laptop computer. We're almost done, guys. We got 3 pages. Finally, this section also includes ID marks such as tattoos. As noted, the examination of Miss Taylor's body in July 2003 indicated numerous sharp linear injuries to the victim's skin, specifically around where Miss Taylor's tattoo had been located, which investigators believe was intended to inhibit the identification of Miss Taylor's tattoo, and therefore Miss Taylor, in a manner consistent with the HK planning document. Furthermore, the dispose of the following section lists destroy computer files as a checklist item. The presence of this HK planning document in unallocated space demonstrates Heuermann's efforts to destroy or delete computer files in a manner that is consistent with this notation. As set forth in Exhibit A consistent theme of Heuermann's computer activity in the use of forensic wiping software in a manner that is consistent with this notation in the HK planning document. In the Things to Remember section, there are notes indicating steps to take, quote, next time, meaning considering a hit to the face or neck next time, using heavier for the neck as the, quote, leg rope broke or stress or being tightened. Heuermann further on the importance of sleep to not only avoid, quote, problems, but also to first to, quote, time. Here, under Things to Remember, sound E, bird outside, control the amount of air in and out to control is made. The next one, get sleep before hunt, too tired creates problems. The next one, hit harder, too many hits to take down, consider a hit to the face or neck, and you see it has circled next time for takedown. This next one has got to be one of the more disturbing ones. More sleep and noise control equals more play time. Use push pins to hang drop cloths from ceiling and not tape. Use heavy rope or net. Light rope broke under stress of being tightened. I'm going to have to go take a shower after reading this. It's just horrible. As set forth above, the Google task force believe these references to next time indicate Heuermann's prior experiences and what changes to moving forward. Moreover, in the Things to Remember section to utilize push pins to hang drop cloths from ceiling and not tape, as well as manifested concerns regarding sound travel, indicate the referenced incidents would have occurred indoors, like the inside of the target residence, meaning their house, which is a, quote, controlled environment that Heuermann would not only be familiar with, but also an area where Heuermann would have access to said tools and supplies. Also serve 20% spread from the evidence, such as blood, to a confined area, as well as controlling sound travel, which would lead to more, quote, playtime, which is believed to be a reference to everything that he does, all the horrible things that he did. Additionally, with Heuermann's family vacationing out of state, the defendant will have unfettered, once again, time and exclusive access to the target residence, allowing Heuermann ample opportunity to execute and clean up after these crimes. So I'm wondering, I so want to know, well, these pictures blow me. What if the Emmy was there, and that is absolutely Emmy to show up? Either absolutely have this body, or think they have human rings. So I'm wondering just exactly what they found, and that is why the medical examiner was brought in. But please let me know in chat or in the replay if you're a replay. Please let me know if you still. It's all unthinkable. It is horrible. Absolutely horrible. All right. Let's see how much we shouldn't have too much more, I don't think. Everything keeps popping up in my see if there are any pictures. Okay, I read that. So keep on getting slow. Of course, finally, the document on human computer includes the notes section. Investigation has established the source of these notes to be the Mindhunter by John Douglas, specifically the first edition published in 1998, concerning criminal profiling of serial offenders. For example, note section includes the following. Can't read that out. You guys can see that on the screen. On page 163, Douglas opines that the perpetrator of such a crime, the S substitution, would be a organized offender who would be compulsive and perhaps living with his parents. Accordingly, this notation contained in the HK planning document is consistent with the aforementioned book and page number and subject matter. The HK planning document also includes the notation. Page 175. Douglas describes a and shortly thereafter how the woman's throat had been cut and her mutilation. Douglas further asserts on page 175 that mutilation is a sign of disorganized personality type. Accordingly, this contained in the HK planning document is again consistent with the aforementioned book and page number and subject matter. So apparently he's using the book. The cases that haunt us. Apparently, Heuermann was very interested in those books. On page 19 of the book, Douglas notes that while he was still always agents, if you want to understand the artist, which is the perpetrator, you have to look at the painting, which is the victim. We've looked at many paintings over the years and talked extensively to the most accomplished artist. Accordingly, the note above contained in Heuermann's laptop computer, quote, look at the painting, yet again points to the aforementioned book as the source of Heuermann's commentary. Finally, in the HK planet, spur moment cover, Stockholm syndrome, the more clues you give are also each contained in the book, all pointing to it as a source of Heuermann's notations. I wish I was the fact that it's multiple homicide cases. And I think it has a picture. Yeah, it's just a picture of the cases that haunt us. The force members believe that the totality of circumstances surrounding the HK planning document, including Heuermann to delete its existence, to its Heuermann's education and quote homework. It disappeared. On the topic of carrying out a serial homicide, Heuermann's pointed concerns regarding one, avoiding being captured on surveillance, leaving evidence, 3, what supplies to purchase. 4, how to package a body for subsequent transportation to dump sites. For example, which body inside, and we know that. Avoiding a paper trail, tying him to crimes and or crime scenes. Concerns regarding noise and or air travel. And 7, how to improve next time. Further confirm merely by looking within the 4 corners of the document itself its relevance in this regard. This belief is further corroborated when looking at a litany of extractors, including how the 6 victims now attributed to Heuermann were indeed, quote, packaged and transported, and in the case of Miss Taylor, how her head, hands, and tattoo were removed and or obliterated, consistent with the document's instructions. The analysis of Heuermann's computers confirms the HK planning document was in unallocated space and had hence been deleted, which is consistent with not only the destroyed computer files notation, but also Heuermann's established use of forensic wiping software. All right, so the rest is just face. He's remanded as appropriate, say, definitely based on the serious nature of these serial offenses, the strength of the people's case, the life incarceration the defendant faces upon conviction, the extreme measure this defendant took to attempt to avoid apprehension for over a decade, and defendant's indictment on these additional charges, which now incorporate a 5th and 6th victim. The people remain steadfast that the only means to ensure the defendant's return to court is to remain the defendant without bail. There, it's signed by District Attorney Andrew Lee. And I think the rest is just exhibit files that we've already looked at. Oh my goodness. All right, so we made it through that. Let me get to your guys' comments. Go back over to YouTube. So that was the horrible whole things. Absolutely horrible. But then again, let me go back up here and stop sharing this. Sorry, everything's being slow. Everything's being slow. Sorry, guys. The very horrible, absolutely horrible, but at least they have lots and lots of evidence. They have DNA evidence. They have electronic evidence. Oh, so Paula says she knows the feeling. Yeah. Just horrible, horrible, horrible. But anyway, how long? I don't even know how long we've been on here. Let me go back to the other. Oh, it doesn't tell. Oh, 2 hours. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for everybody who was here in chat. Miss Paula, Miss Peggy, Miss Gail, Miss Michelle, Miss Jinx was here, Miranda. I apologize. Dandy, of course. I'm probably gonna start repeating names. Paula, Jinx. Yep, I'm repeating names. I don't want to miss anybody who may have come in earlier. Once again, thank you so much, Miss Gellhard, for gifting 1 membership. Thank you so much, ma'am. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. I think I got everybody. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Please, and I apologize. I apologize for all the problems. hopefully next time, whether it be a members only or a public, it will run a little bit smoother. But thank you so much, everybody who hung in here with me for the live stream. Thank you, everyone who will watch the replay. I hope people will watch the replay. And don't tune out after the first, 10 minutes until I got things semi straightened out. Welcome, Black Knight 07 popped in. Thank you so much for being here. Michelle absolutely says thank you, everyone. Absolutely, thank you, everyone. And like I said, everyone who's watching replay, thank you so much. Hopefully, if I can get StreamYard to do a recording, I will try to get my Missing Person Monday video recorded tonight and uploaded, and hopefully be able to do a premiere tomorrow evening for that. Thank you, Miss Peggy. Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely. Thank you. So yeah, hopefully I can get StreamYard to work long enough to get my Missing Person Monday video recorded. I get it uploaded and do a premiere of it. Either upload it as just a regular video or premiere. Hopefully it'll work out. So be looking for that Monday. Like I said, Wednesday I will be doing the Flora 4 live stream. Hopefully it will work at around 8:30 Central. So please tune in for that. I tried to get a members only video done for this week for you guys, for the members. And then I'll have to figure out Friday. I should have my case of the week. I have to figure out what it's going to be. Thank you, Miss Peggy. Miss Peggy says stay safe and take care, everyone. Absolutely. All right, guys, I'm going to quit babbling and get out of here. Once again, thank you so much for sticking in there with me, even with all the problems. And I will hopefully see you guys, hopefully for a video premiere, Missing Person Monday, tomorrow, probably around 8-ish. So until then, I love you guys. Y'all take care. Be careful out there. Take care of your fellow human beings. And I'll see you next time.